Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Momo.
We got Momo on the phone?
Hey, Momo. How you doing? Look at you. Is Rel really?
Look at Rel. Yes.
Yes.
I dare you, Rel.
He cheers me on in everything that I do, even just coming on a call with you guys.
He's coaching you for the ESR.
So Rel, last year at Champs, Rel loves to sing and sing songs.
Oh,
we would harass him on the bus in the morning to make him sing to us. I believe there's a video on the internet of somewhere of this.
Immediately Puckett searches for it.
I was watching a current YouTube video. It was, I think Rel was singing, I think it was NSYNC.
It was NSYNC, and we made him dance in the aisle of the bus.
He told me about it. Hopefully I'll get to see that myself.
All right, hold on. I think we have the video.
Oh, yeah. This
do have the video. I think Maven shouts out my ex-girlfriend about halfway through this.
Nice. Thanks, Maeve. Rel, the tour bus
we are officially showing this video on the ESR right now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There it is. We would harass him on the bus in the morning.
I left the stream up. So you're just gonna drop the music here. But yeah, we saw Rel singing a little bit later. Here he is beatboxing.
Go back.
Look at him go.
Oh yeah, that's a talented man right there. So that's your brother Momo. We'll just stop the video there and get back to the action.
It's a good use of my cell phone data right there.
And now Rel is dressed up as Spider-Man to discuss the brackets here. Momo, let's start off with Group H, the group of death. Neslo from Strictly Business is saying Epsilon has no chance, that it's going to be them and TK coming out. What are your thoughts on this group?
I've got to say Team Caliber is going to take the #1 spot. I think from watching them recently, I think they will edge Epsilon. But I've got to disagree with Neslo. He's going to be confident. He's going into the tournament. You have to think you're the best. But I think Epsilon's going to take this, and maybe there's a bit of bias coming from the European scene, but I like to think that I keep a level playing field, and I think Epsilon maybe just edging it. And there's only one reason I think that, and that's Josh. Josh in Epsilon, he's 18 years old. He's been dying for this chance for about 3-4 years now. And I think he's going to be the player, like at the regionals or championships in Europe. He really turned up as X will confirm kind of thing. He was incredible.
Confirm?
I think Josh was phenomenal.
I can't stop staring at Rel. Rel, it's 7:40 p.m.
I want to say like champs. It's 5 p.m.
Sorry. Rel, you won't bring that to LA. No balls, you won't.
He brought it last year.
It's 9 p.m. Yes.
He has to bring it.
I think Momo hits it right in the head. I think Josh at E-Regionals, I think for me, when I went to E-Regionals, I said it to you before, I laughed. I was kind of skeptical of Josh, didn't know what to expect.
Dude, Josh is an animal.
And he's an animal. I think for me, for this champs, the two kind of breakout players are going to be Vicento and Josh.
I would say Aqua.
Yeah, definitely not Vicento.
I think Vicento's the leader of that team, though. He's going to be the one that kind of rallies.
So is Scottu, but I don't consider him the best player.
But
Aqua is going to make some like flashy play.
Probably.
You're going to see him in the top 5. Guarantee you see him in a top 5 play.
It's my homie.
Without doubt.
It's my homie Remy.
But I think Josh definitely is going to come out and surprise people at this event. I was not prepared for how good he is. Him and Mad Cat are an insane submachine combo.
They're a
I've got to say, I think my breakout players would be definitely Josh. I'm really interested to see this Dens guy or from Mind Freak. Obviously play with his new squad, but I think everyone's just got to kind of turn up on the day. But one to watch is definitely Josh.
Yeah. Who are some of the other 18-year-olds from the U.S.? Because Fida from Australia, definitely going to be a big guy to watch. Dens kind of showed us a little bit what he had last year playing under T1. Josh just turning 18. I'm trying to think out of the US.
The other one is Rush. Rush and Josh are very similar in the playstyle. They've always been kind of very aggressive SMG players. Rush, he's KD, even though he only played, I think, 3 maps at the qualification in London. His KD was like 1.43, and he single-handedly won a hardpoint himself for his team. He dropped 48 kills, I think, and he's second in line was like 24, 25 kills. It was just kind of incredible to watch. And as a side note, his teammate actually timed out in that game, and he still won it. So he was just slaying everything. So Josh, Rush, obviously Dens. Kiwi has been there before. He's still in there, but Kiwi's the kind of same style of play. Anyone else, Rel? Rush and Kiwi for Rel.
Rush and Kiwi. Let me ask you this real quick. Between the two Fabi teams, which one do you think is better?
100% the German team.
Yep.
100%.
And that is because I think the Dutch team, Fabi,
All-Stars.
Yeah, All Stars, that's the one. I don't think they've put in as much time and practice as the guys from Germany have. I think the Germans have really took it serious this year. Brought 2 new players on with 2 veterans, Gunnali and Kiwi, and those are just unreal at S&D. Kiwi is something else.
And how good are the new additions joining Gunny, Elite, and Kiwi?
I mean, to be fair, they've kind of stepped up. It was the new experience that they've obviously had. They've only played, I think, at 1 LAN before, but other than that, they've kind of stepped up to the plate and kind of just followed in Kiwi's footsteps. I see a lot of the same style of play in 2 guys as Kiwi as well.
All right, that's Cracks and Bullet who will be joining those 2.
Yeah, Cracks is like the objective player, Bullet's kind of more of a slayer.
Can you explain to us why you're excited about Infused Aware? Because Ben just shook his head like,
I don't think it's
Infused
important
can't
at all.
even hang against Aware with this lineup.
Are missing a player on their squad now.
Yeah. I think it's
They're
more.
playing
I
with
think
a
Ben's right in the sense that Aware should win, and they're more practiced. They've come over to America. They've played a few American teams. Aware should win this, but there was a lot of controversy. No, it was online friendly rivalry between these 2. Infused always won in the 2K and 5K and stuff in Europe, and then they finally got their chance to play each other at Europeans regionals, but that didn't happen. So I think it's just part of the final clash that they've always been wanting to play each other. And the likes of Dominate on Infused, he's very, very strong ex-Epsilon player. And it's this friendly banter, and I think it will be close, but I think Aware should definitely take it. But obviously, they've got their manager, I believe it was, obviously playing for them at Op 2.
Yep.
He's a good StarCraft 2 player. I don't know if he's semi-pro or anything, but yeah, just kind of a background on Op 2. He used to be on Dignitas on MW2 days, but that's a long time ago.
The game's changed a little bit. since
MW2. There was no boosting back then.
Yeah,
Nope.
Exos
Not at all.
was
Me and Puckett don't know what that game looked like.
no. It's sad, but it's true.
Good game.
Let's talk about Threes Up, though. Is Aware better than Threes Up, a team who had to come from the bottom of our American teams?
I mean, how good is Aware's S&D? Momo.
Aware's S&D, see, this has been a little bit, it's probably their, say Uplink is by far their worst game type, and Comeback especially. I watched them in the 5K or 2K yesterday. But their S&D's actually been pretty well, but it's usually one player carrying. You guys saw King Watson.
Right. Yeah.
He's kind of very consistent. Problem with S&D is, since when I played with Aware, was PT. He was either going 0-6 or he's going 16-2. You just don't know what's going to happen with PT. He's
just like no in between, I guess would be the best way of saying it. But with that knowledge that they suck at Uplink,
Yeah.
then there you go. That says it all. Threes Up is going to win that Series 3-2. They can win both S&Ds.
Ben,
Would you disagree with
not
that?
even give him a chance.
But I said 3-2. That's a chance. It's game 5. But I can tell you right now, Threes Up are too good at Search and Destroy.
I think Aware wins that one.
How? Explain to me how. There is no way Aware
Some
beats
things
Threes Up in
you
S&D.
can't explain, Benson.
PD.
Some things you can't explain.
You really think that?
Yeah.
But knowing how bad Uplink they are,
I have 6.
tell me what games
non-North
they win.
American teams.
Tell me which games they win right
I think they win the hardpoint.
now. Okay, I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you so far.
They win
Wow.
the CTF. I think they get the uplink. Even though he just told me they suck, I think they get the uplink. I'm not sold on Threes Up Respawn.
Neither am I.
I'm not sold on this group. I feel like that's the easiest group. If I'm coming in here and I'm Revenge, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Right.
playing against StarCraft
Thank
players. You're
Right.
playing.
I think Optic Nation have a pretty good group as well. To be honest
Yeah.
with you. Gamers 2 SSOF and Exiles T1.
No, I don't mess.
What?
I don't mess with that group. I would actually say that I'd prefer to be in Optic Gaming's group and play Orbit
Yeah.
than
What?
be Optic Nation, have to play Exile and Gamers 2. I think Gamers 2 is another squad, just like Black
How
Ops
much
2
of
days.
Orbit have you actually seen? To say something like that, how much of Orbit have you actually? You've seen a good.
I've seen enough from all 4 of those players to know that if you're playing,
You would rather play Gamers 2. You'd rather play Orbit than Gamers 2.
The thing about Orb is I feel like every weekend.
That's what you
they
just
go
said.
I
far
was
and they
saying
don't
I would
go far.
rather have just Orbit to worry about than Gamers 2 and Exile.
But
Fair enough.
And I would rather.
so you're saying Vitality? That doesn't make any sense though, because the ON, I think it's fair to say they were 100% going through that pool, right?
But I would rather be in Optic Nation, or I would rather be in Optic Gaming shoes than Optic Nation by far.
Yeah, 100%. If
Who is Owen going to lose to?
I think they could. I think they could lose to Exile 5.
You really think Owen could lose to T1?
Yeah, if they can lose to team's second round in every online tournament, if they struggle in Search and Destroy, you play a team who's strong in Search and then gets lucky in a hard point, they beat you game 5.
This team that plays 4th at the U.S. Championship.
Yeah, the same team that could have placed, what was it, 8th or 12th? Where did FaZe Black finish?
5 World Championship.
Where did FaZe Black finish?
I don't know, they didn't play on Sunday.
Yeah, but if FaZe Black played on Sunday, instead of giving Optic Nation that vibe, they would have gotten 8th, and all the Optic Nation hype is gone.
Nah, you don't know that for sure, though. You don't.
If Optic Nation finishes 8th in that match, is there any hype around Optic Nation coming in?
Always.
Because they didn't.
They have 5 World Championship rings.
Look good at Season 1. They haven't looked amazing yet
they looked
in
awful
Season 2. They look like crap online in your Saturday tournaments. Like, why is everyone so high on this Optic Nation squad after watching one championship Sunday?
5 championship rings.
I will say, too.
Doesn't matter. When it gets to the World Championship.
They went to round 11 against SB.
I will say, I think
it's
kind of funny that last year, Optic had a LAN where Strictly Business basically taught Optic Gaming how to play.
Funny. I agree.
And now this year, it's kind of backwards, where Optic Gaming's the best team, and they're bringing 2 teams in. Are they going to teach Optic Nation and TK how to play?
The fact that they brought TK, a team who has already beaten them once, and they consistently get
I think that's the smartest move, though.
The reason
that's
behind
the smartest. If you have been challenged by one team, why not play that one team and figure out why are they able to take advantage of me?
I think
that's what I thought about earlier, but then I'm like, TK is surely going to learn more.
I think it's the opposite. I think that Optic Gaming kind of knows deep down that even if TK knew how to play gun on gun, I think Optic Gaming knows that they'll beat TK gun on gun.
But it's gone to a game 5, round 11 twice.
Yeah, but they still feel confident. I think Respawn,
I'm
you know that you're going to gun on gun.
more confident that an opponent is going to take out TK before I have to even worry about it.
I think if you asked Optic Gaming,
No, I'm really not. You're at the other side of the you're
TK,
Group A and Group H.
TK's put up the best fight against Optic Gaming.
That's true, but if the bracket worked how a normal bracket would, or if
there is no normal bracket at Champ.
No, but I'm saying a normal bracket of sports. If it did, then I'm 100% worried about TK. 100%.
I think if you were to ask the players on Optic Gaming who they're more scared of between TK, Denial, FaZe Red, right? Their 3 best competition.
I would agree with that.
I think they would put TK at the bottom.
Also, keep in mind that Team Caliber has been, we didn't know what group they were going to end up in, and they tied for their spot. So there was randomization probably with whatever seeding there was done to see, do they get the 5th or do they get the 6th seed?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
Well, I think you always want to practice against a team that you know is really good, but deep down you know you probably will never lose to.
You're not going to make them better by practicing against them.
I feel like Optic Nation got a really good deal, though.
Optic Nation got the best deal out of all 3 of those
we get to play against OG and TK.
They get to play against OG and TK, 2 teams that are pretty far ahead of them.
They're going to catch up really far. That's why I'm so... Honestly, people used to say I'm an Optic Nation here, which isn't true.
TK comes out of their group. They're going to be looking good for the rest of the weekend, because you kind of heard Facento touch on a little bit. He wished they would have gotten a tough match. I think that TK is going to be very well tested going into Saturday, Sunday. That they are gonna. It's not gonna be like last year for TK. TK is gonna have a good run of champs this year.
I mean, think about it. They 3-0 SB at US Championship. You could assume that they would win that series again. TK versus Epsilon. Who do you favor in that?
Epsilon.
You favor the Europeans?
Depends what happens.
I am after watching Mad Cat, Swanee, and Tommy on the same team. I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel like this is a squad that everyone's going to kind of just write off as being European and not like, wow, this is a team that could be over here in the U.S. and competing for top 8 consistently, if not top 4.
Depends how the bracket works.
Depends on how the bracket works, but in this pool, I think Epsilon's better than Team Caliber. I have to run and go work on a schedule. I'll let you go ahead and love Team Caliber as much as you want to until they can finish top 3.
Name the top.
Let them know,
name the top.
Let Ben know.
Name the top 4 teams.
Name TK's placement last year.
Name the top 4 teams in the world right now.
Top 4 teams in the world
right now.
Right now?
Right now. Right this very second.
Optic Gaming, FaZe Red, Denial, and the 4th. I think I'm going to go...
Put a bunch of names in a hat, shake it up.
I was going to say, it's Envy, FaZe Black, Optic Nation, Epsilon, TCM, all competing for that spot.
Don't count out TR.
Dude, TR.
and Revenge.
It's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, the fourth is up for grabs, but I definitely don't think that Nation's a clear top 4. I don't think that Envy's a clear top 4. I don't feel like Epsilon and TCM are a clear top 4.
I feel like out of the teams you named,
Did Epsilon beat?
FaZe
Did
Black,
Epsilon
I don't know
play in
anything
the?
about.
Did Epsilon play in the 2K?
Yes, and they finished
Top 8.
Top 8. They lost to
FaZe Red.
FaZe Red.
3-1.
So then who they beat? Did they beat TK then?
Yeah.
Because they're on the bottom side. They had to have beaten TK at some point, right? Bring up that bracket.
We cast it.
Look at what happens. No, Ben, you don't pay attention when I'm out here. You don't know who beats
No,
you?
strictly
Thank you.
business. Oh wait, hold on.
Thank you, Matt.
Who did Epsilon beat in the 2K?
Upset Orbit and TK and then UMG TK. Yep.
Who? They beat
Team
Epsilon
Cal.
beat
Game
TK.
5,
And we
game
watched
5. Game 5 round 11.
We watched it.
Game 5 round 11. So I mean, that's close.
they're
And
not
you
that
guys
far
are going to
behind.
watch it. Coming up next, guys, we got the 2K coverage. I got to go have about 7 more meetings before my day is over.
Have fun.
What you meeting about?
Champs.
Is there an event this weekend?
Now that we have all the pools, we got to set the schedule.
There's an event this weekend?
Josh, probably get that flight booked, huh?
We got to do all the caster schedules. Make sure you guys know where to sit and where to look pretty.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just sit at a random table.
That's what I figured.
I'm just gonna analyze.
Yo, real quick, going through these groups one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones do you think are main stage worthy?
Oh, just put Group H.
H. I would say Group G
Group
as
H?
well.
No,
Make them
go
play it
ahead.
again.
Call it because you have it in front of you. Call it out for the people watching at home.
I would
You can
say-
write it all down.
I would say matches that I would want to see on main stage personally.
Yeah, start with Group A. Work your way down.
I would want to see OG Orbit. That's really the only one I think. OG Vitality
Is that
for
really
fans.
main stage?
I mean, it's gonna be the
OG
the best thing.
Yeah, OG Vitality. No, because the Tiger
it's
doesn't
day
play.
1. You have to show the top team in the world. Who do you show them against?
Denial
Orbit.
Prophecy.
Orbit.
Denial Prophecy. I think that's a good match. What's the best match out of this one? Is it FaZe Red versus Fabi DE, or is it FaZe Red versus AR?
I said
FaZe Red versus
DE.
AR. I disagree.
World Championship.
Actually,
Showing
no.
international teams?
Technically, the best game would
It would
actually
be
be
DE
FaZe DE
versus
versus
AR.
AR. That
Yeah.
would actually be the best game from that group. I think. I think that's the most
I
important
think
one.
ON Exile T1. That's a good matchup.
I agree.
NV Mind Freak. It's a
Agreed.
really good matchup. I think TRA Aware, now knowing that there's kind of a history here between these two teams
this
going
like
back and forth.
there's
I think that's the best game out of that group.
I think Aware
The best game out of the game.
Aware versus 3-Zep is the best game.
Yeah, that's great. I think TR versus Aware.
Yeah, you'll see that on Bravo.
So then FaZe Black versus TCM.
Yeah.
I think that might be
Yeah,
one of
for
the
sure.
best 3 games of the day.
And then everything in Group
And
H.
then Group H, TK Epsilon, Epsilon Strictly Business, TK SB, SB Epsilon. I mean, that's just...
that whole group.
I love it.
I think the ones you got to show are TK SB and then TK Epsilon.
Well, then it depends. Honestly, it just depends on the first couple of results.
Depends on the first couple matches.
Yeah, everything is dependent on that.
Because if Epsilon were to beat SB first, then that TK versus SB match is like a million times crazier.
Yeah, it's hype. Or if SB beat TK, that TK Epsilon game is a million
Right.
times. It completely depends. But that whole group has to be on main stage.
Have fun making the schedule.
Right?
Good luck, have fun.
Schedules are easy.
Well, so you say. I'm going to take my bracket back.
There's a lie. You going to throw a commercial, or do you need me to do it?
Do you want to do it?
You want me to do it? All right,
do it.
guys, we're
You're
going to a
going
quick
away.
commercial break. We'll see you later. 2K with these nerds after this.